Hello, 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 boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. It is time. I am back. We are back. The mighty Whites of Leeds United are back. I'm ready for action. And yes, we are finally back in the beautiful Elland Road. Boy, it's been a long time, and unfortunately, I was not able to get tickets to go there, but you know what that means? That means I'm going to be right here tomorrow at 2 p.m. ready with a live stream for you guys, and it is going to be a great time, just like the Man United live stream was. I know the result wasn't great, but it was very enjoyable. Sat there watching it with you guys, and I hope that you guys can join me yet again. And if you didn't watch it last time, then this is your chance, because it's a great time. We get a few drinks going, we get some snacks going, we get a good conversation going, and we just have a great time watching Leeds United, as I'm sure you guys all love to do as well at home. But for now, we have to talk about the main topic of why we're here, the crunch situation that Leeds are going through at the moment after that absolutely woeful opening day fixture against Man United. Can we pick ourselves back up? Can we pick up performances to the level they're needed to be in order to beat Everton? We're going to be going through all of that and more today, so stay tuned. Now look, last week was an absolute disaster class. I don't need to tell you, you don't need to tell me that. I mean, we were weaker than anything I've ever seen. We were weaker than an infant toddler hitting the gym. It was absolutely ridiculous. They were coming through us like nobody's business. We had about as much resistance as a poppadom catching a bowling ball, to quote Mark Goldbridge. And they were just cutting through us like a hot knife through butter. Hi, gamer guy Ethan. How's it going? We were terrible. We were terrible indeed. We were absolutely catastrophic in that second half. And it just always seems to be the case whenever we go to Old Trashford for some reason. We just seem to crumble. What do you think's going to happen tomorrow, Ethan, my man? I can feel your confidence seeping through the screen. I can feel the same confidence I shared that we are going to bring it back. We are going to get a victory and turn the tides around. Is it delusional confidence? You tell me. Because yes, Everton did get a nice 3-1 victory over Southampton. I'm going to talk a bit more about Everton in just a moment. But were they that impressive? They were decent, but there were times in that game where I thought Southampton were really causing them some problems. I feel like, of course, it was the last 15 minutes where Everton did pull away and make it 3-1 in the end. But, of course, they're playing Southampton. And I actually tipped Southampton to get relegations. No, it not. So what do you mean by that? Do you mean that you don't think that we're going to come through and get a result, or you do? I'm not so sure what you're saying there. But what I will tell you is that, yes, we were bad. Yes, we were weak as anything against Man United, but we can change it around, most notably with the key addition, the key man that was missing in the last game, and that is, of course, Calvin Philip Jalapeno Grill Phillips. I do think we will win. That's a good man. What do you think the score's going to be? And who do you think is going to break the deadlock? But Calvin Phillips is the main man for me. I said it last year. We have such difficulty dealing with those midfield runners when Calvin Phillips isn't in the side. I can't understand why he didn't start. Maybe, just maybe, he doesn't think that he was fit enough. I can only hope that Calvin's fitness has been got up to a point where it's of satisfactory level for Bielsa, to the point where he can start. I did hear rumours that it may be another week until he starts, and I cannot afford that personally. We cannot afford to not start Calvin Phillips. We need him in that starting 11, because without him, like I said, the midfield runners just dissect us like nobody's business. Leeds United 2, Everton 1, Bamford and Klitsch goals. It's a good prediction. I want a clean sheet myself. I want a clean sheet personally. I don't think that that a 2-1 is going to do us enough of a service, especially after getting shipped 5-1 already. We need to fix that goal difference ASAP, Rocky. Let me tell you that for a damn fact. But what are we talking about here? We're talking about Calvin Phillips and Robin Koch. If you ask me, I like him. He's a top player, but boy, was he flaccid the other day. And he, for me, was the main reason we actually lost the game. If you look at it, he didn't have what it took in that midfield position. He was getting bypassed positionally. He wasn't good enough. He was constantly getting dragged forward into the midfield position. When he wasn't being dragged forward into that midfield position, he didn't know where to stand. He wasn't pressing them quick enough, and they just overall had so much. They just had so much space and time on the ball that it was costing us dearly. Yo, JT, do you remember me? Of course I do. Kareem, I remember you from my Euro watch-alongs. We had a great time there, just like we're going to have a great time tomorrow, and we have a great time in all our Leeds watch-alongs. So I hope you can join me there tomorrow, because it was a good fun having a chat with you back during the Euros, my brother. Will you be at Elland Road tomorrow, says Ethan. Unfortunately, no, I couldn't get tickets. I'm not a season ticket holder. I'm on the waiting list. I've been on the waiting list for the past couple of years now. But with the Leeds membership, I can usually get a ticket for these games. However, this one I wasn't lucky enough to get, but the Liverpool one I will. You'll be there. What stand are you going to be sitting in, Ethan? What stand have you got yourself in? Oh yeah, remember I'm a United fan. Look, we don't talk about United fans, all right? We don't talk about last week. I don't know what happened, to be honest. It's quite a shame, actually. You know, I was quite looking forward to Leeds coming back in action last week, but we just seemed to skip out a match week for some reason. I mean, it beats me as to why that happened. But I was from Egypt. I thought, okay, my memory's not serving me correct, because I thought you were from Dubai, but Egypt it was. I remember, because we there's actually a couple of you. There was another guy we were talking about that was from Egypt, and I said my story about how I got shat on by a camel when I last went to Egypt. But my Leeds are my second team because of you. Oh, thank you, my brother. It means a lot. The Leeds family is growing. The Toon family is growing, and it means a lot to have you in my family, whether that be Leeds or it be something else. But no, that was me. I live in Dubai. Oh, I'm right. Oh, you're from Egypt. Yeah. Okay, it's all making sense now. The camel story was. Yeah. You're right. Yeah, Ethan was there. It was a good time. But let's get back onto the topic of the discussion right here. And the one where you went on the boat. Yeah, that was the same one. Mate. It started with me being seasick because of some bookie magician on the boat. Then I got there. Then the camel did its business. It was quite the holiday. But I think we can. I do have really, really strong hopes for Everton. I feel like with Calvin in that midfield position and Robin Koch slotted back into centre half, because there's another thing I got to say about Calvin going in there. It does allow Robin Koch to slip himself back into that centre half position, because I don't think that Cooper really has the recovery pace to be dealing with the kind of pacey players that Everton could be using, with the likes of Iwobi running at him, with the likes of Walcott coming at him. I don't think he has the recovery pace that he did once. Well, not that he did once has. He doesn't have it to deal with it. We saw it against Man U. He was getting skinned alive at times there. It was really, really bad to watch at times. So I do think that could present a serious issue for us. Furthermore, I will say that I feel like Junior Firpo needs to start at left back. I hope he can start there. I want to see what he's made of. He had a couple of nice touches He had a couple of nice bits of play in there. He was knocking himself about, but I haven't seen enough from him. And Dallas, again, not strong enough in that left-back position for me. I feel like we are going to need an auxiliary left-back, and we're going to need to birth him in soon, because this is pretty tragic. The only signing we've made, really, I know we've made Lewis Bray, I know we signed Jack Harrison, but the only real signing we made was Junior Firpo, and he's still yet to really feature for us, which is a serious problem, and it could have something to do with his lack of fitness. Which game were we watching? England, Germany, and Portugal, Hungary. We were indeed. Portugal, Hungary. I tell you, that one was an absolute madness. Everything just seemed to kick into action in the last minute there. Yo, JT, you got FPL? Yes, I do. There is a fantasy Premier League I set up for all of you. I need to put the link in the description. Ethan's actually in it. So Ethan, if you could, I don't know, you won't be able to get him the code. Join my league. You got to join this league, my brother Kareem. There is a big prize for the winner at the end of the season. By the way, more information on that will be coming out later. I will also join your league if you want. You know, can't have too many leagues, but the one league you want to be in, the league where all the action is happening, is the Driller's Den FPL League. That is where all the action's happening, and that is where I'm getting absolutely shat on by a great height. After that tragic first game week I had, I'm getting absolutely destroyed, and it's not a good time to be alive right now in that league. But what do you guys think the score's going to be tomorrow? What are your scores on the doors? Ethan, where's the code? I put it on my Instagram. I don't know if he'll have it. I'll be able to get you the code. In fact, let me just grab my phone and get you that code right now. I have returned, and the code is Come on, give me the code. IL1KIWQ. Let me just try and type this in. I1. I can't tell if that's an L or an I. I1KIWQ. Or if it's not that, it's L1KIWQ. I'm pretty sure it's the top one though, but if not, it's L1KIWQ. But to finish off the score, Ethan, where's the code? I got 103 points. Jesus Christ, you absolutely smashed it. Number 16, Stuart Dallas in the midfield for me. Absolutely, I definitely agree with that one. We've got to get him back into his natural position. I mean, it's not really his natural position, is it? I mean, he kind of started left back, then he went to central midfield, then he can play both, but he's definitely much better in that central midfield role. But I think that means you're going to have to take out Klitsch, in my opinion. Because let me tell you something. If there was one positive to come out of the last game, it was Rodrigo. Rodrigo, for me, was absolutely quality. The build-up play he had going with Rafinha in that first half was actually sensational. And I was really disappointed to see him come off for Junior Firpo. I feel like Rodrigo was actually our best player in that first half. You may you may disagree with me. I don't know who you thought our best player was, but Rodrigo was absolutely quality. He's really, really growing into that midfield position under Bielsa. Obviously, we've seen it with a lot of players. It takes that extra year of development to really, really get themselves into it. And that is what I'm hoping is going to happen with Rafinha. I hope that he's going to only get even better and not miss another sitter like he did last week, which wasn't very good at all. Was not good at all. But yes, we have problems. Yes, we have been weak, but we can fight back. We can come through. Everton, like I said, I don't rate them at the back. We're going to go through there quickly, their last starting 11. We're going to just poke some holes in the weak points and the areas which we can exploit. Let's just change over to this. Now, this is the 11 that they deployed last week against Southampton. Townsend, Richarlison, Gray, Calvert-Lewandowski, Decore, Allen, Keane, Holgate, Coleman, Digne, Pickford. First of all, let me tell you something. If we can get Jack Harrison on the ball down that left-hand side, he can have Coleman on toast. I'm telling you that for a fact. Coleman is not what he used to be. He does not have the pace to deal with a player like Jack Harrison, and he doesn't have the fitness to deal with him either. So Jack Harrison, if he can really get on the ball there, if he can really cause him some problems, I reckon he could expose that Holgate-Coleman partnership. Allen also, he's a player who likes to get forward. He's someone who can be caught on the counter press. I feel like the other side with Decore, Keane, and Digne is a lot more rigid. It's a lot harder to break down than that Allen, Holgate, Coleman side will be. But I don't know what you guys think about that. As for offensively, like I said, this is why I went on about the... have you heard about Noah Lang? I have. Apparently, the Noah Lang situation is that the talks haven't really progressed at all, and we don't want to cough up the code. We don't want to cough up the cash to get him, because I think it is going to cost about £20 million for Noah Lang, and I don't know if we have any money to spend. JT, join my code, please. I will. Like I said, I got after this stream, I'll join the code. Not right now. But after this, in just a short moment, I will. But let's get through to the meat of the prediction. Like I was saying, Richarlison and Andre Gray are great ball carriers. And without Calvin Phillips in there, we could find ourselves in deep, deep shit. Cooper, yes, he's good aerially. So if he does start over Cock, then that could have its benefits. Of course, coming up against one of the most aerial threats in the league in Calvert-Lewin. But I'd still rather see Robin Koch there. I don't know who you guys would see. Let me know who you would rather see down in the comment section down below. Would you rather see Robin Koch there? Would you rather see Liam Cooper there? Or would you potentially like to see both of them and Struijk pushed out of the team? I think for me and everyone, and I'm speaking for everyone here, is that Struijk is basically probably the first name on the team sheet as it stands, but maybe you have a differing opinion on that. Let's have a quick look at the Leeds lineup from last week, and I'll tell you what I'll change there. I'd keep this, like I said, I'd drop Klitsch for Dallas. I don't think Klitsch had a bad game, but I would put Dallas there. And I would bring Cooper back, Koch back in for Cooper. I would put Firpo in there just to give him a crack of the whip, see what he can do against this Everton side. And I have big, big hopes. We're going to go into the predicted 1-11 now and my prediction for the game. So let's first of all get off this screen. I hear we have agreed a deal with Club Bruges. Have you? Well, I need to find out about that. In fact, let me just find out about that right now. This could be some breaking news. Oh, here we go. Big news as of 5 hours ago. Let's get this on your screen right now. Leeds agree. Sorry, that's a bit too low. Noah Lang to Leeds United transfer. Latest reports suggest that the Whites have agreed a contract as the deal closes forward. Leeds have been linked with a summer move for the Dutch forward, as they say, of course, from Club Bruges. We are trying to get it done. Of course, just 11 days left of the transfer window. If we're going to make some signings, we're going to need to make them pretty damn quick. Unfortunately, Cunha does look like he is off the cards. Pereira, we've obviously seen already, has gone to Al Haidi, or whatever the name is. the Saudi Arabian club. And aside from any new contracts that we have signed, most of our transfer targets have been basically eliminated, except from Noah Lang. It's looking like, I don't know if there are any strong links here or if it is just basically paper talk at the moment. The Whites have reportedly reached agreement over a contract for Lang, according to the latest in the Belgium. Link from there. The Whites have agreed personal terms on a deal with Lang and his representatives. The club are now claimed to be in negotiations as they decide to work over a free. He's rejected a move from Club Bruges. Lang or Rangers Ryan Kent seems to be favoured by Leeds Online, but it is yet to see if that is the desire of the head coach. He still wants James. See, this I don't like. My gut says that he would prefer Ryan Kent or Dan James. That I don't like one bit. I do not like that one bit personally. This is all making me feel very questionable. That yes, we have found. Well, I heard some rumors that you say that LUFC said that we agreed to deal with Club Bruges. I'll have to wait and see on that one, because from what I was seeing is that we were struggling to cough up the cash for him. So if we have, I don't know if you have any reported fees. Obviously, I think that will be hammered out later tonight. We'll find out a bit more about that. But from what I heard is that we were haggling over the negotiations and we weren't willing to spend a certain amount that they did want. I don't know if there's been any more on that, but the fact that Bielsa hasn't been too keen on him, I'm not too sure about it, because he was very keen on Cunha, who we couldn't get. He was very keen on Ryan Kent, who never really showed any sign of coming to Leeds, and he was also very keen on Dan James, who we signed but couldn't quite land. So I don't know. I don't know how much substance there is to this, but if you say they've agreed a fee, hopefully we can, because you know what, Noah Lang, I'll definitely take him. He's a very, very good player, very exciting young player, and he's someone that's gonna lift the fans, and give the players in that starting 11 something to worry about and something to keep them on their toes. Yeah, this is all just personal terms I've heard. I haven't seen anything else. But like I said, aside from Noah Lang, it is time to go through my predicted 1 to 11, and I am going to start in goal with the main man Melie. Like I said, just signed until 2016. Had a very impressive first half against Man U, but then the second half, like I said, I don't know how much you can blame him for the goals. I think you could probably blame him for a couple of them. He got lobbed on his line there. That was a good finish. The other one, he could have done a bit better getting down for it. Did make a nice save. He did also pressure Paul Pogba into missing that first big chance in the first half. So, I think I'm being a bit too harsh on him, because he did concede 5 goals. So I can't say he had a stellar performance, but I think we're definitely in good hands with him. And he didn't play bad at all, and he is starting to learn to catch it. There were a couple of times I did see in the game where he reverted to Melie of old, where he was just slapping the ball out instead of catching it, but he is definitely working on his handling game. He is definitely improving in that area of the field, and I'm very excited to see how he can develop there. Centre backs, like I said, I'm going to go with Koch, and I'm going to go with Virgil van Strijk. Virgil van Strijk, I feel like he had a very good game. I know he was getting mugged off for the goal. What's his name? I can't believe my mind's gone blank like this. This is COVID for you. It absolutely destroys your brain. Oh my god. Oh my god, James. The how have I forgotten his name? This is absolutely embarrassing. Now, you could say the Fred goal. You could say he wasn't picking him up for the Fred goal. No, I'm talking about the youngster, Mason Greenwood. That was it. I know a lot of people were mugging him off for the Mason Greenwood goal because of the fact that he was left in so much space and he didn't really close it down. Like I said, I think that was more Robin Koch's doing than his doing, to be honest. I think that all stemmed from the midfield. The Fred goal, could kind of say maybe he should have been closing off the angle there, but should Fred have had so much time inside the box? Should he have been commanding the people around him to stop that from happening? Potentially, but I think that's very harsh on Struijk, and I feel like he did have a very good game at times against Man U. But obviously, like I said, no defender or goalkeeper has had a great game when you lose 5-1. At right back, I'm going to slide in Luke Ayling. What a firecracker he scored, by the way. It's just such a shame for him. He scores an absolute rocket like that. His first Premier League goal, well, not his first one, because he did have one disallowed last year, an absolute peach against West Ham by all accounts. But his first Premier League goal that counts, and it is in a 5-1 defeat. Very unfortunate for him there. Left back Junior Firpo is going to slide his way in there. And then central midfield, I don't want to see any Robin Koch malarkey here. I don't want to see any Virgil van Struijk malarkey here. I don't even want to see any Shackleton malarkey here. I want to see the main man, the Yorkshire Phillips, the Yorkshire Pirlo, Calvin Phillips, slotted into that midfield position. With so much of a better side with him in there. It's absolutely ridiculous. So by far and above our best player, along with Rafinha. Speaking of Rafinha, he is going to start on the right-hand side. He needs to get his account under the way, just like he did against Everton last year. His first goal for us last year was against Everton. That time, of course, it was at Goodison. This time at Elland Road. Can he get another goal there? In the midfield, like I said, Rodrigo, I think he's been absolutely world class. Since I've seen him come back this season, he's been very good in pre-season. And in that game against Man U in the first half, I think he was absolutely liquid. Next to him, I'm going to put Stuart Dallas in there. In the left-hand side of the pitch, of course, Jack Harrison. And then up front, Patrick Bamford. Although he didn't have a great game at all against Man U, I'm expecting big things from Bamford, and he does need to prove himself that he is not just a one-season wonder. Official Odegaard announced his retirement from the UEFA Champions League after joining Arsenal. Absolutely he has, and he's announced his transfer over to the Championship in the process, from Champions League to Championship, very much like Leeds United of old. Martin Odegaard, ladies and gentlemen. No, that is funny. No, that is funny. But like I said, let me know what you guys think is going to happen down below. Let me know your score predictions. Let me know if you think we are going to stop the rut. And most importantly, make sure you join me here tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. where we're going to be going through everything surrounding the build-up to the game, and of course we're going to be watching it with you fine people, and it is an absolute pleasure as always to speak to you, and I hope to see some more of your faces tomorrow. But for now, guys, thank you very much for watching. Let me know down below who you think is going to score and who you think is going to do the business. But I will love you and leave you. Stuart Dallas in midfield for me and Klitsch in midfield for me. So you're not a fan of Rodrigo. Well, not even not a fan, but you'd rather see him be an impact man off the bench. That's fair enough, to be honest. That's completely understandable. But we'll just have to wait and see what Bielsa goes with. In Bielsa we trust. Au revoir.